football transfer. A story just broke this afternoon that what's it called? Alexander Isak will be joining Newcastle United for 70 million euros. What do you think about that deal, Dele? From Real Sociedad in the Spanish La Liga, joining Newcastle United. We saw Newcastle United against Manchester City over the weekend. A lot of people didn't really give them a chance before that game. But Manchester City had to battle back from 3-1 down. Now, how do you see this inclusion? Is it going to be a very effective one for them or not? Really?
First of all, Isak is one of the biggest prospects in the Spanish La Liga. The Swedish international has pace, has skill, finishing, height, power, you name it. He's a complete striker. Will he be a worthy addition to Newcastle? Yes. Can Newcastle play to his strength? I'm not too sure. Do they have what it takes? I'm not too sure. Newcastle are the money bags in world football as we speak. They need to buy more players. When I say players, quality players, not the kind of players they have now. The 3-3 you saw against Man City was pure heart. Where did they play? St. James's Park. They were at home. They had the extra man. They had passion to go up against Man City. On a normal, when they go to the ATS, you know what would happen. Let's face reality. But Isak in the English Premier League, yes, I would love to see him. But I'd love to see other quality players join Newcastle so we can see the beauty of that player. Isak, I'd have loved him to go to a better team, to a top 40 in the English Premier League. But hey, don't write off Newcastle. Don't write off Newcastle. They get quality players. They might not gel as such this season, but let's look out for them. Soon to come,
now
they'll get the ground running.
And Femi, Isak at 70 million euros, underpriced or overpriced? Do you think he's been underpriced or overpriced? Because if you consider the fact that a Casemiro was bought by Manchester City for 60 million euros, going to 70 million euros with additions, underpriced or overpriced? If you look at his age, and the quality of the player,
I would say underpriced. If you look at the current rate in the market now, right? There's the boy going from Everton to Chelsea, and they're pricing him for £70 million. He's not done anything in the game yet. Came up last year. It's a Gordon, that's his name. He's meant to go to Chelsea for 60 to 70 million. Another defender from Leicester, a bid of 80 million. Going to be put in place for him, or 70 million is being rejected. So a player who has proved himself, right, is overpriced. I think he's overpriced for that.
He's on the price.
It's a good price.
Now,
for Newcastle to get him for.
Whether you have a contrary view.
No. Honestly, Isak is a good player. He's a solid player. We saw him at the European Championships. He's been on the radar of Arsenal, for quite a while now, and there's been talks that he was coming to the Emirates, was heading to the Emirates, since last year, but I'm not surprised. I mean, Newcastle have got the money. Forget it. No matter how long we debate the issue, whether it's expensive or not, it's not our money. Is it your money? No, it isn't. It's Arab money, so yeah, they want him, they were ready to pay, and they got him. That's the most important thing. Sometimes when you need something and you can't pay, later you realize the folly, you not going for it at that point in time. So I wish Newcastle well. Congratulations to them. They've been churning out some good results this season. I mean, they went all the way against Manchester City last weekend and they did it. Trust me, Isak is going to be a quality addition to their squad.
And don't forget that Newcastle, they've already added 5 players. Isak is going to be the 5th player added to the squad because they've got Matt Target, the Pope already, Fem Botman, and Charlie MacArthur in the squad already.
And they have Sam Maximan. They got Sam Maximan.
That's right.
When you have Sam Maximan in your team, oh my God.
Now, why how come that a lot of all these big teams are not going for that player? How come they're not going for Maximan?
Because if you ask me, some of these players only thrive or only show their true color when you're in video content. Let me put it that way. We saw Zaha in Manchester United. It was nothing. He went to Crystal Palace, and we see what Zaha does week in, week out. Some players cannot deliver at the top level, but when you put them in teams where they're not really recognized, the ball out of control. Look at Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish at Aston Villa was impeccable. What is he doing at Man City? Absolutely nothing. So it is what it is. Let's hope
Yeah,
they get the better of these players they have. And I haven't mentioned the players that Newcastle bought. Ladi, I said quality players. Those 5 players you mentioned, my brother, nah. What Isak? Do you know Isak's level? Isak is 21. For me, he's underpriced. That boy
that's
still
right.
has what? He still has about 15 years. Players like that go for
Yeah.
100 million and above. They got a good buy. This is a major coup. I just hope it
That's
works
a
well for
steal.
them at the end of the day.
That's a steal.
I hope.
Now let's talk about what's it called? UEFA Champions League qualifiers that is going to take place tonight before we round up. PSV going up against Rangers. Rangers 2-2 at Ibrox Stadium. And Femi, do you think they have what it takes to beat that team put together by the legendary, what's it called? Van Nistelrooy, Ruud Van
Steven Gerrard.
Nistelrooy. Now talking about
Yeah.
PSV, talking about PSV.
Yeah, okay.
Steven Gerrard is now with Aston Villa with Giovanni John
Yeah.
Brocos. Giovanni
Yeah.
Van Brocos is
I
now
would
the
say
coach of Rangers.
I would say Rangers will not be phased. On a good day, they have massive travelers. They travel in numbers, right? But PSV at home, I'm not too sure. They've got the same strength. We watched them last week. They were like up to each other. Rangers could do a surprise. I wouldn't say they're going to win the game, but maybe it could go to penalties. That's the way I say
To
it.
go to penalty. Wow,
If
Maybe.
you
wow,
ask
wow.
me, I think
But you know that a
Rangers.
goalless draw. Go ahead, Dele.
If you ask me, I think Rangers have a depleted team. They didn't travel with their most important player, which I feel is Morelos. And they lost the likes of Juaribo. They also lost Calvin Bassey. They've lost a couple of players that really made them who they were or what they were last season. So I don't think they have that strength to go up against PSG. PSG still have the bulk, the core of their team in place, and they're playing at home. So I think PSG have the upper hand. But we'll see how things pan out later this evening.
All right, then.